Amtrak 501, emergency.
Then I started hearing all the sirens.
Sirens and a lot of emergency personnel. Chaos in Washington state after an Amtrak passenger train goes off the tracks and onto the highway. Good evening, I'm Dan Ashley.
And I'm Dion Lim in for Kristen Z. Thanks for joining us. At least 3 people were killed and dozens injured in that derailment. Earlier reports had the death toll higher at 6. According to one official, the train may have hit something before that accident happened.
The Amtrak Cascades train 501 plunged off a freeway overpass in DuPont, Washington, as you can see, not far from the state capitol in Olympia, just before 8 o'clock this morning. A passenger described just the terrifying moment that his train car left the tracks.
We felt a little bit of a jolt, and then at a certain point, we could hear crumpling of the train car, and we were catapulted into the seats in front of us.
All 12 of the train's passenger cars derailed. Reporter Omar Jimenez has the very latest.
Is everybody okay?
I'm still figuring that out. We got cars everywhere and down onto the highway.
Multiple people reported dead on an Amtrak passenger train en route from Seattle to Portland, derailed in Pierce County, Washington. Along with the train victims, several drivers were injured as they went through the overpass on Interstate 5. One train car dangled above.
We are aware of the fact that this was called an inaugural run of this service. But we want to check and make sure what that exactly means and find out more information about that.
One morning commuter says the scene was sobering.
There were cars on both sides of the bridge falling onto the freeway. There appeared to be, it looked like a semi and a passenger truck that was underneath, the whole front end smashed in. I mean, it was a very brief moment, but that's what it looked like to me.
More than 80 passengers and crew were on board the Amtrak train. The National Transportation Safety Board is sending 20 investigators from D.C. to Washington state today to investigate the derailment.
Several of our investigators on the West Coast will be arriving on scene this afternoon. The rest of our GO team expects to arrive at the scene late tonight.
Now, President Trump also weighing in on what happened, expressing his sympathies for the victims in this crash, also saying that this is the reason that infrastructure should be improved, I should say, in this nation. Now, significantly, according to the Washington State Department of Transportation, after weeks of testing, this was the first public use of the track, and also something that began today. Amtrak was using this route to cut down travel time between 2 of their major cities. And from Washington, D.C., I'm Omar Jimenez.
So scary. Well, ABC 7 News was at the Emeryville Amtrak station this morning, where the effect on train service there appears to be minimal. A Coast Starlight train is scheduled to arrive in Emeryville tonight just before 10 p.m., right on schedule.